We created this business to increase the convenience and the ease of backyard farming and urban farming in general.
Backyard chicken farming exploded in the wake of COVID, high egg prices, and an outbreak of bird flu. That increase in suburban ranchers has created a burgeoning business to support it. Over the last decade, chickens have become a top 5 pet for American families.
It was something that a neighbor had going on, and it was during COVID. My name is Michelle Zimmer, and I'm the founder and CEO of Bloomington Farm and Feed. And so I noticed that they had a flock, and we went over there and got to play with them and whatnot. And it blew my mind that you could even have chickens in the city.
After enjoying her neighbor's birds, Michelle Zimmer told her husband about this revelation.
And I was waiting for him to say, "That's good for him." But he said, "My mom had chickens once." And I thought, he didn't say no. And so that Easter, we ended up picking out a handful of baby chicks for Easter for our kids.
According to the American Pet Products Association, around 8 million households considered their backyard chickens pets in 2024. Chickens fall just below dogs, cats, and freshwater fish on the list of most popular pets in the U.S.
I started seeing this backyard hen thing catching on in the 2016, 18, 19, and it was because a little bit of I want to know where my food comes from. I've seen some documentaries and industrial agriculture. My name is Damian Mason, and I am a farm owner, farm boy. My background is in agricultural economics. The COVID thing spiked that whole growth. I mean, it just threw gas on that whole fire, because then it was, oh my God, they're fighting over toilet paper in the parking lots outside of Safeway, and I can't trust this. So then it became, I want to do this.
The Zimmers moved to a home in Bloomington around 8 years ago. It came with a 12 by 12 garden plot, and Michelle had a rough time getting anyone to help with those chores.
However, once we got chickens, now everybody's involved. All the kids, they help with the chores. They love collecting the eggs. They help name them. They help keep the birds or chickens social. And it's actually brought us together as a family unit just by having chickens.
Egg prices topped $6 per dozen in March as avian flu cases caused producers to cull their flocks. Since then, prices have stabilized below $3 per dozen. Aside from price savings, raising your own chickens allows you to control its intake, which affects the eggs.
So if you're getting eggs that come out of a commercial facility, they've been fed corn, which is the energy source, and then a lot of times they'll put things like soybean meal in there as a protein source. And don't kid yourself, these massive egg-producing farms have nutritionists on staff or as consultants that are absolutely dissecting the rations every day to make sure that they are getting the most efficient gain of egg production to amount of feed fed.
Finding high-quality, locally produced chicken feed in the suburbs of Minneapolis proved to be an adventure. Each month, Michelle would take an hours-long round trip to the other side of the Twin Cities. But an accident gave the Zimmers another challenge.
I was fine doing that, actually, until one day when my husband was in a pretty terrible accident, and he was in a hit-and-run accident.
On a frigid December day in 2022, Luke Zimmer saw a woman stuck in a snowbank along 35W South near Johnson Street northeast of Minneapolis, stopping to help tow her out. A Toyota Sienna van hit him, according to State Patrol.
At that point, my world shifted a bit, and we were preparing to live with a paralyzed individual in our house.
As Michelle took part in Luke's recovery journey, the Zimmers relied on their friends and family to bring the staples they needed. When it came to chickens, they had to take whatever they could get for the time being.
It was during that time when it hit me so much that I wish there was something that was more convenient, or I wish there was something that was closer, or things that had a higher quality closer to my fingertips.
And that's when Michelle launched Bloomington Farm and Feed, a direct-to-consumer backyard chicken farmer supplier in the Twin Cities.
We're like Instacart for backyard farmers, and so it's like next day delivery. So a lot of people in the city, they're busy. They've got their families, the soccer moms, maybe they're single parents, maybe their car broke down, whatever the case may be. We want them to be able to still have that high quality feed that they deserve, you know.
Bloomington Farm and Feed is a family business that delivers products to customers within a 20-mile radius of the metro. And they provide more than just chicken feed.
We do provide chicks, and we deliver them to your front door if you live in the metro. And so that has been just so rewarding to be able to have that for people. And we always make sure that they have the right setup. Sometimes we help them with their setup just as a concierge to make sure that they start off on the right foot with these little creatures. So it's been pretty fun.
Business is booming, and Michelle's looking beyond the delivery-only business that has her trekking across Minneapolis-St. Paul.
Our sales from last year to this year was almost 200% in general, and that's just overall sales. We are in the process of looking for a storefront, actually, so that we can get a central location for people to come and check out the merch themselves and ask questions and have a much larger supply or availability than what we currently have.
On paper, raising chickens may sound easy, but there are things to be aware of.
Hens are an easy keeper as long as you can keep the 50 different things that eat chickens out of them, right? From fox to coyotes to possum to raccoons to, armadillos, whatever. If you live in the suburbs, you think it's cool. Your neighbors may not, because you got hens out there, or maybe you go out and stir the stuff up and it smells a little bit one day. It's not necessarily a bad thing to do this. Your cost of production per egg, I don't know that you could argue that you're saving a lot of money.
But none of that matters to the Zimmers. And before you ask, no, they don't eat their backyard chicks once their egg-producing days have come to an end. For more on this story, go to SAN.com or the Straight Arrow News app and search Backyard Chickens to learn more about backyard farmers and the businesses that support them.